Hey, how's it going? I'm Chris at PearsonCopy.com, and I'm here to help your brand make more sales with email. Today, I'm going to be breaking down a welcome email from Columbia Sportswear. I think they do some great things in their first welcome email here. And as a part of my 100 emails, 100-day challenge, I'm going to take you through their email and just show you what I see, some things I would potentially test, and then maybe some things that I would try differently or test. Right. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. First item here is the subject line. So Columbia starts with "Thanks for signing up." This is the first email if you go to their website, at least for the U.S. region. If you sign up, this is the email that you would get. At least this is the one I got. They may have different segments for different countries, regions, etc. So, but the subject line here says "Thanks for signing up," so it's clear, direct, standard subject line, straightforward, to the point. I think that works really well when it comes to these first emails. People are expecting them because they just signed up. So if they go look at their email in the next 2, 5, 10, 15 minutes, they should expect this in their inbox. So straight to the point and clear. The next thing, let's look at the from name and from email. So Columbia Sportswear is a bigger brand. They are a global brand, so they do lean more into the brand essence as opposed to a personality based essence, right? So Columbia Sportswear is their from name, email at email.columbia.com as their from email. Something to notice here is this email.columbia.com. That tells me they're using a subdomain to potentially send their emails. So deliverability may be something that's on their mind right now, and they're testing to get out of the promo tab and into the primary inbox. So that's something you can look at. Is if you're ending up if you're subscribers or you have test accounts that you use or anything like that, if you see your emails ending up in the promo tab or promotion inbox or even the spam folder, it could be tied to your domain name. It could be tied to your email address. So that's something, your sender reputation, right? Your deliverability and your sender reputation. So that's something you can check and maybe test in. This right here just tells me they may be testing that, or they do this for another reason, based on the experts that are there behind the brand. Something that may be fun here with their email, even though they're a global brand, maybe this for the U.S. or North America region, is have this first email be an email from like a chief gear guide or gear officer or something, or trail guide or something. Just writing a personal note saying, "Hey, I saw you signed up for Columbia. I'm out on the trail right now, but I wanted to text you or send you an email real quick to let you know that welcome to the family. When I get back to the office, I'll send you an official like welcome email from the brand." Something like that would make it one, make it feel like it's from a real person, and two, make it different. Because if you've watched any of my other videos, we're on the 8th video now with this one, and pretty much all the welcome emails look almost the same. They just have different elements and different words. They're design based. They have like a welcome to the family. The subject line is welcome to our brand. Thanks for signing up or something. But none of them have been a plain text like, "Hey, this is a specific person sending you an email about you signing up," not just another subscriber joining an email list, right? So that could be a fun idea Columbia could test into. That doesn't mean all of their emails in their welcome series or welcome sequence have to be plain text, but one or two, maybe three here and there over the course of 10, 12, 15 emails over the course of a month, or however long they take to send these emails, could add a personal touch to make that opportunity for people to connect emotionally. So that's something I would potentially test with this email, which could be a fun idea. Next, as we're moving down, so here, just before we get into the content and the graphics, we have "We're glad you did," "Shop now," and a "View online." The "Shop now" is a link to the website. It looks like it's tracked. I'm assuming it goes to the homepage. "View online" is your view and browser link. So if you're using a lot of graphics and a lot of design, having a view in your browser link actually can increase engagement, because people are actually clicking on it and looking at your emails inside their browser tab as opposed to their inbox. Sometimes email filters, whether people set them up or default, can but filter out or make the images invisible, so you can't see them unless you click like a load images button, or they scroll in and actually load the page, load the email inside the inbox, right? But if they click on this "View online," they can go to a different tab and actually look at the whole email in its glory with all the graphics and design that you've used. So that's something that if you're not using, you should probably put at the top or near the top of your email. Moving down these elements here, like I've said before, I like this brand logo, brand name, real simple, real straightforward, real clean. One thing I think Columbia is doing great here is they're actually using a menu in this email. Now, I know before or in other videos I've said maybe test removing this. Columbia doesn't offer an incentive to sign up to their email address or email list. Sorry. This may be a miss on their part, but maybe they've probably tested it and said, "Hey, when we don't offer an incentive, we actually get better engagement, click, and sales." Sometimes that is the case. Most of the time it's not. But if that is the case, using a menu here, they're actually using this not just to get people to click through to shop, but they're actually based on the links, the URLs at the bottom of the page. I think you can see those in the video. These are different tracking links if you actually look at the characters. So if a subscriber clicks on any one of these or multiple, Columbia may be, and I would imagine they are, tagging the people that click on certain items in this menu list, right? So if somebody clicks on men or women's or kids or footwear sale, they're getting tagged with something like saying they clicked on sale in this specific email, which means we can send them sales promos for the next 2 weeks and try to get them to buy. Same thing if, let's say I clicked on men and I start shopping around the Columbia Sportswear website for the US, I'm going to have a tag on my email address or my contact info saying that I clicked in the welcome email on the men's link and I shopped the men's category. There's a few different reasons why tagging like this can help. One, you know what people are actually looking for or shopping for when they click. So within a reasonable amount of time after somebody clicks something, you can guess or assume what their intent is on after that click because of that click. So if I click on men's and I don't click on any products, but I just look at the men's category page and leave, my intent is low. I just want to see, maybe I'm just kind of browsing, not really looking. But if I click on the men's tag here or women's tag and I go to a specific product, let's say I go look at 3 different products in, let's say, the shorts category, right? So women's shorts, and let's say I pick out blue, right, as the color. Those things typically can be tracked, which means I can tell as a marketer or as a brand, these people are looking for women's shorts that are blue, and now I can send specific promos to those people based on those categories and those clicks that they made that we tracked. So this is something I think I would imagine Columbia is doing. That's a brilliant way to track people without having to ask them, hey, are you a guy, gal, etc. Do you have kids? Do you wear footwear? Do you want to buy a sale? Like, instead of just ask them directly, you can do it just through their behavior, which is a lot easier and a lot less friction for the subscriber, where they are experiencing the brand while you're tracking what they're doing, so that you can segment and sell them exactly what they're looking for, or at least close to it. So that's the thought there. Moving down to the graphic or the image here, I think this is great. This is essentially one of the many desired locations that Columbia's ideal customers want to go. I believe those are redwoods. I could be wrong, but if you guys know what kind of trees these are, let me know in the comments. But I believe these are redwoods. But yeah, this is the place that Columbia's customers and ideal customers want to go, is to get outside, get out in the wild, go out and do something, go hiking, go camping, etc. So I think this connects emotionally with the people here, celebrating and just enjoying the outdoors. So it's an image of the customer in their ideal scenario. It channels that desire into, yeah, I want to go there, but I need shoes, or I need pants, or I need a jacket, or I need something to actually be able to do that. So that's something I think with this brand and the images they do really well. I definitely lean more towards plain text and sending that chief gear officer email saying, hey, I'm out on the trail right now testing some gear, but look for our email here in a couple days with your actual offer, or etc. I think that would make that would get higher engagement, higher click-throughs, and potentially increase sales, just because it feels personal. It feels like it's from an actual person instead of a brand. So there's my 2 cents on that. Welcome to the family, to our family. That's pretty standard when it comes to bigger brands. That's straightforward, and that's exactly what you want to do when people subscribe, is welcome into the group, welcome them into the community. One thing I want to stick on here, this is a feature benefit statement with a little bit of dimensionalization. So feature, essentially what something does, the benefit is what it gets you, and then dimensionalization is actually placing that feature benefit in the life of the customer, or getting them to imagine what life would be like with the brand or the item or the gear or the products, right? So I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to kind of walk you through it and why I marked this and why I think it's great. Columbia Heritage meets industry-leading technologies and no-nonsense stylish gear that keeps you comfortable and protected wherever you wander. So Heritage meets industry-leading technologies. There's your feature, right? In no nonsense stylish gear. So this is a feature as well, but it could be a benefit if you're into style as well as functionality, and then keeps you comfortable and protected wherever you wander. Excuse me. So comfortable, protected wherever you wander. So comfortable and protected are the benefit. That's the outcome you get, and wherever you wander is the desire, right? So people typically who buy gear from Columbia want to wander. They want to get out in the wild. They want to go do stuff. Excuse me. Comfortable and protected is the benefit. That's how it affects their lives, or what they can expect from it. And the feature of how that happens is the industry-leading technologies and no-nonsense stylish gear. So this right here is, one sentence that packs a lot into it, a big promise, a lot of feature, or big feature, big benefit, and also potentially dimensionalizes for people of the desire they want is to wander out in the wild. So I think this right here, if you want to do a masterclass on bullet point writing, this could make the cut, I believe, because it's packed with feature, benefit, and dimensionalization. If they want to take this further, I would maybe do a second sentence or get more specific about wander. So go explore the redwood forest, go to the deserts of Dubai, or go to etc. Like, get specific and tangible instead of just wander. The specificity is going to make it more powerful. So that's something you could potentially test here. Moving past that, Again, we got into the menu. This is essentially the same links and button or menu item as the top here. And it looks like if I hover over, yep, there are links to these clicks. So they're tracking which item they click on. And I'd imagine Columbia is tagging this in the background as people click through and shop their site, which I think is great. Again, also, that's the second time we've seen a menu. So something to keep in mind too, now that you just kind of realized it, but like this email doesn't offer an incentive. So it doesn't give like a 10% off coupon or $10 for in your account credit to buy something. What it does offer is different ways you can actually shop the site. And Columbia's trying to get you to click through these menu items to actually tag you to say, hey, what kind of shopper are you? So we can send you more specific promotions later. So this strategy, I like the way they built this out as a strategy, or the strategy as they built out the email for the strategy, so that they can achieve the goal of tagging their customers as they click through emails. Next section here. So we got social. I like this in this email, in the first email, simply because Columbia is just trying to learn more about their customers. So they're trying to get them to click through stuff. I'd imagine these are tracked as well. All of these items that they can click through. Yep, there's tracking links to everything. So I'd imagine what Columbia's trying to do is track if they're going to shop, if they're going to social. Those two things matter a lot because one, they position their social as find your outdoor inspo instead of go look at our Instagram and follow us or look for products there to shop. What they're saying is, hey, if you're not ready to buy, go check out our outdoor inspiration on Instagram, and basically try to channel that desire into the brand. Is the more you can emotionally connect with somebody, or somebody can emotionally connect with the brand, the more likely they'll channel their desire and their actions towards your brand, right? Something that would make this a little bit more powerful is to have a note from maybe, again, the chief. I'm stuck on this one for this email, but like the chief gear guide or gear officer could write a little note saying, hey, this is the social page that I use to post all my adventures and what gear I'm using and all that. Go get some inspiration from there and check in on me as I travel the world. Something like that could bring in a little more attention than just your straight across brand experience. It's going to make you feel more personal. It's going to make you feel more like a social account as opposed to a brand account. That might be some ways to get more clicks into their social. So again, follow us link that's tracked. And then the final few pieces here, the wild calls, we hope to see you out there, way out there. So this is the desire of the ideal customer, and the wild calls, that's a pretty common thing for outdoors and adventure sports and things like that, and traveling and hiking is the wild calls. It's always trying to get away from the indoor and getting to the outside. So that's one of the desires that Columbia's trying to channel in this email. And it's directly below the inspo posts on social. So like, hey, here's a little bit of inspiration of what's going on. And then also the wild calls, we hope to see you out there, way out there. They're acknowledging and speaking the language of the ideal customer, which is great. And then the last menu, or I say second to last menu, go more specifically into product categories, not demographic categories. So up here we have demographics. When it comes to men, women, kids, I believe there's a sale button in there, and then footwear. Footwear is a product category, but that is probably one of the more popular ones when it comes to these general initial buttons to click on, right? Initial categories for people to shop. It's one of the more popular categories. So you start with demographics here. If they don't get a click there, if they do and somebody comes back, they go for more specific product categories: ski, snow, hiking, fishing, hunting, trail. These do look tracked. So if somebody clicks on these, that they can potentially be tagged in the back end saying, hey, they clicked on trail running, but they didn't buy, or clicked on trail running and put these shoes in the cart. So we can actually do abandoned cart stuff with them. So again, Columbia looks like they're trying to get people to click things so they can tag them and send them promotions later on certain things. I'd imagine that's what they're doing. If not, that is a pretty good strategy on their part that they could test. Let's see, moving on. So 3 more features here: gift cards, greater rewards, and find a store. This is just functionality and features, which is pretty standard in bigger brand emails, which I think you can add if you have them. If you don't have them, this you could just probably remove and go straight to the footer. Finally, standard footer information. You got your brand logo, more menu items, but these are more functional. So like store locator, my account, unsubscribe, contact us. The one thing I wanted to mention here is the unsubscribe is clear and out in the open to where somebody can find it. I see so many brands hide this in the footer down here next to the privacy policy, or even change the color of the text just a couple of shades off this background so you can't find it, or it's really hard to find. I think that's a little shady, and you probably shouldn't do that. And if people don't want to be on your list, they should have the right to get off your list. Technically, that's the law. So having this out in the open to where you can just click this and you're done, I think that's great. It shows customers and subscribers that like Columbia is like they're being honest and straightforward and upfront, and I think that's a great thing. So then you got your socials, you've got your standard footer information, and that's the email. So one thing or 2 things to keep in mind here: one, Columbia doesn't offer an incentive once you sign up, at least in the US region from where I signed up. And that's the first thing, which you don't have to offer an incentive to get people to sign up, but offering incentives typically do get more signups because there's a transaction, right? Give me your email address and I'll give you 10% off, and that's essentially the transaction that's happening at that forum. The second thing is, because Columbia is not offering an incentive, they're essentially offering a lot of links to click through. So this is the opposite of what I would typically advise brands to do. But because their strategy is to get clicks so they can tag and filter people or segment and tag them, this makes sense from a strategy standpoint. And that's I'd assume that's why they're doing it. So otherwise, those are the two things. I hope this has helped. This helped you find some insights and maybe some tips and tricks and advice on how you can make more sales for your brand with email. If you want to see more videos like this, go check out my channel where I'm doing 100 emails in 100 days as a challenge and breaking them down and showing you what I like, things I would test, and maybe just some insights to help your brand make more sales with email. So check that out. Check my channel out, and thanks for watching.